HooHooHooRobin.
All right, let's go to the phones here. Say hi to Jeremiah. Jeremiah on Long Island. What's up, Jeremiah?
Hey, what's going on, man?
Hey.
I was listening to Howard before I put the XM on this morning, and all he's talking about is you guys moving to one of his stations, and now he's been breaking your balls, like making fun of, like saying, "Oh, Mancow and Opie and Rick Dees and Anthony," and like joking around. But they've been talking about you for about 10 minutes now.
Hey, there you go. What's the matter? Hey, get used to it, ass. Get used to it, jack off. Get used to us popping up where you used to be. You jack off.
Yeah, that's about all I got for you guys.
Have
today.
fun. Go ahead. Talk away.
So he's playing right into our hands. We have no real audience yet.
We're building.
We're building every day, and if Howard's mentioning our names, it's only good for us, man.
Mm-hmm. That's it.
He played right into our hands once again. That idiot.
Keep talking about us, ass.
I don't know what's going on with Syracuse. We took over for Howard in Syracuse. We heard it was going to be a temporary thing for like 2 weeks while Howie was doing his little Caribbean vacation or wherever the hell he went. And I don't know. Now I'm hearing we might still be on there in Syracuse today. Yeah. Somehow we got to find out. If anyone has the XM in Syracuse and they can tune in 95X in Syracuse, let us know what they're playing today, because I think we're still on in Syracuse.
Get used to other people taking your place. Contrary to your own belief, you're not expendable. Or you are expendable. Yes, you are expendable. Dick.
Oh, way to hammer home that point.
Nice,
I know, wow.
You're the most important thing ever. What an ass.
There you go.
Love it.
That makes us very happy
You
today.
screw up like that.
Let's keep mentioning our names.
Moment
Opie
of
and Anthony,
rage.
Opie and Anthony, Opie and Anthony, Opie and Anthony. And watch us just continue to grow.
That's right.
Grow. You're playing right into our hands once again because we're smarter than you. We're just smarter than you now. Let's say hi to Valerie in Syracuse. Valerie, what's going on?
Hi, guys. How are you?
Real good today.
Good. You guys are on this morning. I'm not calling from Syracuse, but I was listening to Howard earlier, and someone called up because you guys are on in there. And, of course, he was complaining about it, and that's where it started the whole conversation for like 20 minutes about you guys.
Perfect. He just gave us a 20-minute commercial. He's so effing stupid.
He thinks all his stations that he's on now, once he goes over to satellite, they're going to turn into bodegas and movie theaters. No. Other people are taking your place. Because that's what happens in the real world. While you're sitting there trying to build your audience back up, because that's what happens when you make the move to satellite, you certainly don't have the audience that you did on broadcast radio. So while you're sitting there, other people will be doing a show on the stations you used to be on. It's not going to be a big deal, Howie.
I believe we're going to be adding a few more stations in the very near future,
And
Anthony.
yes, we do believe it could be this very program that you're talking about all morning, you jackass. That's right. Us idiots will be replacing you. You jerk off.
Because we were smart when we made our deal.
That's right.
We didn't sign an exclusive deal.
Yep. We do what we want.
We're allowed to do both. See, that was the way to go, idiot.
That's it.
What, Valerie?
What a pompous, self-centered idiot.
And by the way, we allow people to talk about other shows on this program. Yes, Valerie?
The caller who called up also mentioned something about you guys on in Harrisburg. I don't know what that's about.
Are we on in Harrisburg today?
I don't know. That's what the guy said.
There was a rumor that was possibly happening. And a few other places as well. I don't know where we're at with that. We're just doing our satellite radio show, and these deals are being made behind our back. So, thank you, Valerie, for the update. So we're on in Syracuse. Very cool. There you go, Anthony. It continues. What's wrong, Ant?
I'm just reading instant feedbacks. Stern is off on 2 Rhode Island stations. All right. Well, it begins. The guy thought he's going to be able to badmouth everybody and sit there, and they're going to sit and take it because you're so wonderful. You big ass. Because he's such a wonderful guy, the scumbag that he is. He's going to sit there and everyone's just going to take it? No.
Everyone's right.
They're going to pull you off. They're going to slowly or quickly pull you off the stations, chop your show apart, so that by the time you're ready to make the jump to satellite, your listeners will be disgusted anyway. Because your show is being butchered, because you're a pussy. You're a pussy. Let's rewind 8 million times ago that you said, if this happens, I'm leaving radio. If this happens, you won't hear me on Monday. How many times has this phony hypocrite said this? If Mel leaves, I'm leaving. And not leaving, signing a contract for a year later he's leaving. He said he would walk off the show. If they keep censoring my show, I'm not doing it. I'll play music. I'll do this. I'll do that. Does it take a brain surgeon to figure this out? That he's just a phony? And he's a pussy to boot? God damn. Stop it.
Howard is really tooling on you right now.
Good. Keep talking. Advertise our names. That's what we want. You know what a commercial costs on his show?
Right.
Thanks for the free one, you big dick.
Supposedly he's been at it for 20 minutes, and he's mentioning our names a lot. It's perfect. He played into our hands, and you know what? There's going to be a lot of little battles between us and him, and guess what? We win this one. Trust me. Big time. We ruined his 2-week vacation, and we took over his spot in Syracuse and possibly some other markets in the very, very near future. So who won and who lost this thing?
Howard's trying to play it off as a joke, like he's not being hurt. Yeah, that's how Howard plays everything off. On the air, he's a big pussy, and then behind the scenes, he's losing his mind, and we love it. Behind the scenes, when we used to do stuff that would piss him off, he'd run to the boss, crying to have them shut us up, take us off the air, fire us, fire our boss. So this is a pleasure for us, because we know that on the air he could go, yeah, they're over there, but it doesn't bother me. And behind the scenes, he's losing his mind. Losing his mind. And we love it. Who said that what Fareed is doing is illegal? What's illegal? You sit there bad-mouthing everyone and you expect them to just sit there and lap at your ass? No. They're going to pull you off the air. They'll take your listener base that you have now and make it less before you go to satellite, and they'll chew your show apart. So it's not as good as it used to be, which it isn't. And they'll just keep chewing it apart, so that by the time he goes to satellite, his listeners will be disgusted. This is their strategy. This is what radio wants to do. They don't want to send a successful Howard Stern over to satellite radio. So they will do what they have to do to dismantle his show before he leaves. And he'll sit there and take it because he's a pussy.
And his daughter has really nice tits.
Big, luscious.
Juicy ones.
A little bit of a fat back on her, but
well, she's going to be fat in a couple of years.
Knobs,
but right now she's really sexy with really big boobs.
Grab those.
Very sexy, those big Jewish boobs, Anthony.
Oh.
We ruined his vacation. I know for a fact. We still have a lot of spies at the company. We absolutely ruined his 2 weeks off. So he could downplay and say whatever he wants, but he played right into our hands again. A 20-minute commercial for Opie and Anthony. Simple as that.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Because you know what? We've been bitching to XM. Look, we don't, there's still a lot of our old listeners in the New York area and in Boston and Philly and Washington and everywhere else we're on that still doesn't know we're doing the XM satellite radio show. Guess what? Because of Howie today, a lot more people are going to find out about us on XM satellite radio, and you watch our subs go up this week.
That's
now.
it.
You played right into our hands again because we're smarter than you. You know that now.
John from D.C., I was listening to an old Stern show from 95, and he kept saying, "This is my last year in radio." Remember that? Do people have to have Alzheimer's to not know this, to not remember that he said all this stuff? Ugh, what a phony. What a fake fraud. What F words can I use? Something like that.
It's a perfect day for our show again today. Yeah. We've done good. Let's go to Brian in Jersey. Brian, what's up?
Yo, I'm listening. I'm surprised you guys came to me. Howard's talking to, am I on the radio right now?
Yeah,
you certainly are.
Yo, Howard is bitching about you guys. He is seriously crying right now. This lady called up, and she said, "Yo, I'm sorry, I gotta say goodbye, Howard. I was a faithful listener for 10 years, but you're off the radio." So Howard's still going on and on about you guys. They're trying to justify it. They're like, I didn't leave you high and dry for a year. They're talking about the guy, the Hindu guy, I think.
Fareed, yes.
Hindu guy,
Yeah.
Jesus.
They're like, yeah, I didn't leave you high and dry. I don't understand why, I gave you a year notice. Why don't you just try and figure out in 06 what you want to replace me with? But they replaced me with Opie and Anthony. And then he's trying to justify saying how having you guys on the radio is just going to make their listeners want to hear Howard more. I have no idea.
Oh, yeah, because that's exactly what happened in New York when we built our own audience in his backyard. Trust me, he is livid that Fareed decided to replace us. Replace us. I'm messing up like you. Replace him with us in Syracuse. You know?
The guy doesn't have a clue. He thinks he could crap on Fareed and crap on Citadel and sit there and they're going to do nothing. They're going to still kiss his ass and play his show. Sorry, Howie. It doesn't work that way. You crapped on too many people, and now they're telling you to go F off. And that's how it works. Bye-bye.
This is pretty much payback for calling Fareed a terrorist. Remember that one, Howard?
That was a good one.
That's great. When everyone was scared about the whole 9/11 attacks and this and that, you were so preoccupied with yourself that you're calling your boss a terrorist because he wouldn't shut Anthony and I up. Remember that one?
It's not 1987 anymore, Howard. Bye-bye. Remember the old days when you wouldn't even dream of letting Howard go? It was the old days. It's not the old days anymore.
Doesn't matter anymore.
You can't crap on these people and they're just going to sit there and take it. It's not how it works anymore. So now they yank you off the air and you deal with it. So when you go to satellite, whenever that is, you'll have no listeners left because they won't have heard you for a year. They move on, people. They tend to move on.
He played right into our hands again.
Yeah, good.
Once again, he played right into our hands.
Goody good.
We have about a tenth of his listeners right now because we know where we're starting over and we're building every day, and eventually we'll be on top again because we always win in the end. You'll see. You'll see. Yep. And so, he has 10 times the audience right now, and he's mentioning our names. Opie and Anthony, Opie and Anthony, Opie and Anthony, Opie and Anthony.
Nice commercial.
Perfect. Thank you.
Commercial.
See, we keep poking and poking and poking until you have to acknowledge us.
Yeah. You really are nudges.
we are the worst.
Just to have to come back from vacation and deal with you two again.
He didn't even have a vacation. The first day on vacation, he had to get that call from one of his minions saying that, guess what happened? Opie and Anthony are now being heard in Syracuse instead of you. His vacation was ruined. I guarantee it. I guarantee it.
Oh, well.
Let's go to Ricky in Yonkers. Ricky, what's up?
Hey, Yo, what's up?
Hey, buddy, what's up?
Hey, I just tuned into Howard the moment the caller called in and said he was talking about it.
Yeah.
And he just said, I'm going to be the bigger man and not say the story. I'm just going to let this be, but, you can figure it out.
Yeah, trust me, I mean, just listen to all the fake laughter around him and stuff. He's livid. He's pissed off. He doesn't know what to do about it. And honestly, he can't do anything about it.
Not at all.
And it's going to happen in a lot more of his markets across America. This is just the beginning. It's just the beginning. You'll see.
Mm-hmm. Have fun. Have fun, Howie.
Yeah. Why don't you just tell the story about what happened the day before you signed that big, huge 5-year deal, which is about 4 years ago now, Anthony.
Wow.
Matter of fact.
That was a while ago.
It was about 4 years ago.
Ouch.
If you want to be honest with your listeners, someone call up Howard right now. Yeah, he'll put you right on the air.
Oh,
hey,
yeah.
Howard, you know about 4 years ago when you signed that 5-year contract and Mel Karmazin was on the show with you in the morning and you guys were all celebrating. You might have even been drinking a little champagne. You were going to be with the company another 5 years.
Yeah.
Why don't you tell your listeners how many hours you slept that night?
Ooh,
and why you didn't sleep?
Probably not many. That'd be a nice story.
Yeah, we know it was St. Vincent's Hospital. And
be a
Ben,
nice
relax.
story. Could talk about what a great dad you are.
Ben was right outside. That was when hey, Ben's the king. He knows how to get things done.
Ben is everywhere.
He is everywhere.
Dude, you're not going to believe where I am. I'll never forget the call.
Saw his
First-hand gossip.
forerunner going around the corner with his assistant driving around the corner.
I was at the Park Central Hotel, and I get a phone call from this freaking nutcase in the middle of the night. You're not going to believe where I am with my tiny cell phone.
Unbelievable. You know how Yoko knew that John got shot? She heard him outside going, dude, who's copying Catcher in the Rye?
We make fun of Ben, but, half the stuff he comes up with is true. Even more than half.
He's the
like,
Inquirer.
yeah.
That's what
He
Ben
really
is.
is.
He's the Inquirer with a retard lump in the front. He sounds ridiculous, but he has got about a 75 to 80% batting average, which is phenomenal.
So now they're saying we are on in Harrisburg. When were they going to tell us? Mark in Jersey, what's up?
Hey, you guys are on in Harrisburg.
How do you know?
I just had one of our other drivers. I just called him and I told him to tune in, and he said you guys are on and Howard's off.
In Harrisburg now. So it's growing in front of our eyes. I know it's definitely Syracuse. Now it's Harrisburg?
Yes,
when was Fareed going to call us and tell us that he added Harrisburg to this little experiment?
I don't know.
Are you sure he's not just listening to his XM, sir?
No, he doesn't even have that.
Oh, okay, that'd be awful. You're on in Florida. My God, you're on in Poughkeepsie. Oh.
Tell that ass to get it.
And where the hell is Harrisburg? Does anyone know?
It's the capital of Pennsylvania, Opie.
Yeah, but where is it?
Somewhere in Pennsylvania.
Exactly.
Yeah, guys, I got to punch out. I'm at the toll of the Lincoln Tunnel, and the cop's giving me a dirty look.
All right, thank you.
All right.
Let's go to Rob on Long Island. Rob, what's up?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hey.
How you doing, sweet Ted?
How you doing, Rob? Thanks for calling the program. Hope you had a happy, safe New Year.
There, Jimmy. Yeah, I keep flipping back and forth to Howard, to you guys, to hear what's going on. And there's been a few callers that have been calling Howard from all across the country, and they're all been saying that they're hearing you instead of hearing him.
Well,
so it's I think Fareed's got you in like at least 4 or 5 different markets. I think a guy from Michigan called saying that he's like, yeah, Howard, I miss you so much.
I really don't know. We'll get to the bottom of it after the show.
All right, man.
But I guess we're on in Syracuse today, and maybe Harrisburg, and possibly other cities to follow. Anthony, right?
I heard Fareed hurt his back. By the way, he was carrying one of his own wine gifts.
Nice Christmas present.
Yeah, thanks, Fareed. Jesus.
Tanker of wine.
Yeah, thanks for the gift. Oh,
you didn't even have time to wrap it. We had that secret meeting with Fareed, and it was right around the holidays. And we haven't talked to the guy in a while because he was bad-mouthing us in the press. But, hey, now we're all friends again.
It's like WWF.
This business stinks.
WWE.
And, don't be confused. This business stinks.
Yeah.
You think you make friends, and then next thing you know, you get fired, and your friends stop calling, and then you make new friends.
Then you're enemies.
Then you make friends with the enemies.
Up until you need something from one of the enemies, and then you're friends again.
So I think technically Fareed was an enemy there for a while. When we first signed with Satellite Radio, he was bad-mouthing us in the press a little bit, which I took him to task on when we had our little meeting. And then now he needs us because he's sick of Howard and Howard's BS. So he calls us. He knows that we're the ones that get under Howard's skin, right?
Oh, hell yeah.
So we're having this meeting, and it's around Christmas time. He's like, oh, my God. So he quickly left the conference room in the middle of this huge top-secret meeting and comes back with these cases of wine that he didn't have time to wrap. Obviously, he was sending these to all his people all over the country that run radio stations for him.
Mine said Merry Christmas Howard on it. It was scratched out. So I was even replacing him as the person to give a gift to.
And then he comes walking in with these 3 cases of wine that weighed at least 50 pounds each, and then these makeshift cards where he kind of just quickly wrote, Happy Holidays, Fareed. He didn't even write like Opie or Anthony or Jim Norton.
It was the stamp.
Right.
It's just stamping. Merry Christmas, Fareed.
And I gotta tell you that Judy's the other woman who works there, right? Her name's Judy. And
yeah,
her
Judy.
assistant was so hot.
Oh, when she came peeking in at one point, I didn't know
helped
if
me
you were
make
in
coffee.
There, but yeah, she peeked in and said, "Anyone need coffee?"
Oh, she
and
helped me
just
make it.
A stunning girl.
Oh, she's lovely.
Peeked in.
That's what I took out of that whole meeting: a backache and a hot chick.
I know. We're like, could you repeat that? We were too busy looking at your hot assistant.
Oh, she's a fantastic
We are the
girl.
worst.
And we looked like 3 retards carrying those boxes out.
Yeah.
Those big, heavy wine boxes.
Yeah, we couldn't. What are you gonna do? You can't just leave it there. Someone will trip over it and kill themselves.
Yeah.
The authorities will think it's a bomb if you leave it in the street. They'll have to close off the road. And
how close were we to piling the boxes up right next to the elevator?
if we had any balls, that's what we would have done. And he would have called him. What happened? And we just would have laughed. But we're just
Because they would have been left there until Fareed came out to use the elevator, he would have looked and went, wait a minute, that's the same wine. Oh, those bastards.
Yeah, just 3 big wine boxes.
Now that I think about it, we really did wimp out. We should have left him right at the elevator.
No, we were there. Thank you.
Thank you.
Having to, like, lean to one side and grab it with one arm to shake his hand. Bye. Looking all stupid.
You put it in the taxi. It was like the opening of the Flintstones when they put that stupid...
The ribs on the side and the car tips over.
Yeah. One bottle would have been nice.
Yeah, one bottle.
Case. I mean, what are we doing with a case of awful white wine?
A case. Have you been drinking it?
No, the stuff stinks. It's
Yeah,
awful.
I drank a little bit
We
of
got it in bulk.
I got such a hangover the next day from drinking some of that stuff.
Hey.
I don't want to say it was garbage, but I saw toenails in the glass after I poured it. Get it?
Let's go to Ron in California. Ron, what's up?
Hey, guys, morning.
Morning.
Jimmy.
Hi, Ron.
Hey, I just want to let you guys know you are Howard Stern's tsunami.
Oh, we have been for many, many years.
Just
Many
wiping
years.
him out. He is just sniveling this morning.
Oh,
Just
he hates
crying.
us, and we love it.
Many years. See, because we don't take this radio thing seriously in the end, you know? We know how to get under people's skin. We know how to make ourselves bigger. And once again, it worked like a charm. Howard's doing a huge O&A commercial today. Huge O&A commercial. We have maybe the 10th of the audience that he has right now. We need people to know about us.
Of course.
That's what you do in radio. You get guys that have I was going to say bigger, but that's really not true. But guys that have a bigger audience than you to talk about you. And guess what happens? That makes you bigger. It's the oldest trick in radio. One more, and then we move on. Tim in Orlando. What's up, Tim?
Hey, man. Yeah, I just turned on 105.9 to listen to see what Stern was saying.
Yeah.
He's calling y'all the Earl and Opie show. What the fuck is that?
The Earl and Opie show.
Hilarious.
Yeah. That's what he was calling it just a few minutes ago when he was talking about
I don't know
y'all.
what that means.
What the hell does that mean?
I have no damn clue. I couldn't figure that one out neither. But he was talking about some damn raghead taking him off the radio and putting the Earl and Opie show on.
The Earl and Opie show.
Yeah.
Hey, that's pretty creative.
Good stuff.
Very clever, Howard.
Hey, man, I got to tell y'all guys, y'all are number one. I really like the show, man.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Thank you, Tim.
Thanks, man.
All right. The Earl and Opie show. Ben in Reno. What's up, Ben? Ben?
Yes.
Ben?
Ben?
Wait, he's snoring.
Wait,
Jesus.
hold on.
He fell asleep. We get this time to time.
Time to time, every morning.
It's very early.
It's very disheartening. Our own executive producer kind of yawns during the show, and our callers fall asleep.
And the caller's name is
We
Ben.
stink.
Yeah.
Maybe we should just get out of this business. Listen to this guy.
It's very early in some parts of the country when we come on, and people are on hold for a little while. Perhaps he's laying in bed.
Yeah.
Something caught his fancy he wanted to comment on. He called up, and he's all comfy
Why
in
do we even
bed.
bother doing a radio show if half our listeners can't even stay awake for it?
We are awful. We are the worst. We're trying to make people laugh. We have the effect of Tylenol PM. We stink.
This is just awful. Listen. This is our listeners.
There he is. Opie and Anthony show. Do not exceed recommended dosage.
All right. Well, this guy's been on. He's been on hold a half hour already. Well, let's wreck his phone bill today. We'll just keep him right there.
Oh, we truly are NyQuil. Look at that.
Robin,